You're about to become a new dad. Congratulations. Right now, you might be feeling a little unsure, nervous, or even a bit overwhelmed. I know exactly what that feels like, because I've recently had a baby. This baby. Well, I mean, technically my wife had the baby, but what's hers is mine, so I think I've got squatter's rights? Something like that? If the expectations as a new dad are weighing kind of heavy on your chest, I got 3 tips to make things a little bit easier. These made a big difference as I was going through my parenting journey, so I hope they'll help you too. When I sat down to think about baby names, I couldn't stop thinking about all the people I've met in my life who ruined the names that I liked. Quick, think of a cool name. Chances are there's someone with that same name who was a dick to you once. If a Samantha threw sand at you in kindergarten, guess what? That name is tainted. Goodbye. Thanks, Sam, you bitch. Also, Sandy, that's out, because it reminds me of the sand that Samantha threw at me. And to be honest, going with a version of your own name, I tried it. It just feels a little too egotistical. Sorry, that's out too. So here's my first suggestion. You and your partner get unlimited vetoes for names, and you can use them guilt-free. If a name doesn't vibe with you, send it to the scrap heap. No guilt, no apologies, it's gone. You have to have a name that you absolutely love, not one you kinda, sorta, almost agree on. And my next suggestion is to avoid asking anyone for advice or tips, because everyone's going to be biased and most of their ideas will suck. When I was considering names, I tried using AI and made a very reasonable request for names that would help my daughter lead a successful life. And the results were as AI idiotic as you'd expect. According to a quick ChatGPT session, the name Cashmere Lux radiates luxury and charm. But Cashmere Lux is not the name of a baby, it's the name of an exotic dancer in the first strip club on Mars. I'm sure baby Cashmere will make a set of parents proud one day, but it was not for me. Picking a name is also tough because you have no idea what's going to happen to names in the future, right? Fun fact, in 1963, 64, 65, 66, and 68, the most popular name in the world was Karen, and now that name is gone. It vanished faster than a dollar down Cashmere Lux's G-string in a Mars strip club. So that leads me to my next suggestion. Don't worry about trying to find the perfect name. Google and AI is full of stupid ideas from stupid people. You don't need to find a name that flows from first name to middle name. You don't need to match up names across your family like Corey and Courtney and Catastrophe. It's just about finding a name that you like. Remember, whatever you pick, your child is going to grow into. So as long as you avoid anything super topical or pop culture or fad related, you're going to be fine. If you have a name you love, put it on your list, give it to your partner, and hope to God they don't veto it immediately. Finally, think about names with non-traditional nicknames so you have a little bit of extra flexibility. As an idea, my daughter's name is Sienna, but we call her Cece. 2 for 1, best of both worlds. And if all else fails, and I mean this, you can have the name Cashmere Lux. No, please. I mean it from the heart. It's yours. When I was a kid, my best mate lived up the street. We're talking a 2-minute walk at best. And after a long day of smashing lemons with a cricket bat, I know, peak 90s Australia right there, his mum told him to walk me home. When we got to my house, we decided he shouldn't walk home alone, so I turned around and walked him back home. Naturally, this posed a challenge because now he was home, but I was not. We spent a good 10 minutes marching back and forth like the world's stupidest explorers until our parents had to come outside to stop us. That's how parenting can feel. Being pulled 2 different directions, walking between expert advice and trying to figure out when to introduce solids, when do you introduce screens, when do you buy a cricket bat to start smashing lemons. A lot of people are going to tell you the right way to do things, but that's usually just code for the way that they did it. You're going to figure out the right way for you. Get the basics down, when to feed, how to swaddle, a few techniques for soothing, that kind of thing. Everything else is the small stuff that you can figure out along the way. If your friends or in-laws or parents pressure you to do something a certain way, it's just because they're projecting their own insecurities and biases. It's got nothing to do with you as a dad. And as long as you get the basics down, everything else can be molded to fit your family. So don't let anyone tell you you're doing things the wrong way. No one's kid is going to be like yours. So no one can tell you what path to take, right? Unless you're walking home from your childhood best friend's house after a long day of smashing lemons with cricket bats. In which case, just go inside. Don't walk back and forward like 2 dickheads. That is the wrong way.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
I'm always thinking about the future. I've made a little breakfast beverage montage to show you how introspective I can be. As a cancer survivor, there's a fear of relapse. No matter how far away you get from your diagnosis, that fear is always there. For you, you might have uncertainty about how your baby will affect your job, your free time, your relationship, or any other variable that sits in the back of your mind. Honestly, I can't tell you that those fears will go away. It just doesn't work like that. If anything, you're going to discover new fears and uncertainties with each passing month and milestone. Hang on, what am I doing in this breakfast beverage montage? I barely even drink tea. Get rid of that. In the bin with you. Let's find something else quickly. Let's have a quick look in here. What do we got? Ooh, yes please. Sienna approved. Give me that. Ah, much better. Alright, where was I? Oh yeah, my point is that the fears do become easier to manage. They might not get smaller, but there are ways to make them a smaller part of you. And figuring this out can make a huge difference on your parenting journey. If I could share something personal with you for a second. On the day I was diagnosed with leukemia, my dad grabbed me into this big bear hug and said to me, "It shouldn't be you in that hospital bed, it should be me." I don't know if your dad's anything like mine, but he doesn't cry very often, and I could really sense his pain in that moment. I knew he absolutely would switch places with me if he could. I remember thinking that if he could switch places with me, I'd just switch places right back. That's the type of love we had for each other, and that's exactly the type of love I want to model for my daughter, whatever life throws at her. And as scary as all the parenting unknowns are, I'm comforted in what I do know, because I don't have all the answers, right? I mean, none of us do, whether we're parents or not. Just waiting for the baby, he's crying in the background, I'm sure you can hear it. But I know I'll do everything I can to be to her what my dad was to me. The goal isn't to be a perfect parent, right? It's just not. The goal is to be your child's rock in those turbulent seas. And if you can do that, if you can center yourself in that place, everything else will make sense along the way. You just need to be the person your child can turn to look for guidance and support. Everything else will work out around you. I can feel it. Alright, that's enough from me now. If you're a new dad, you're busy, you've got other things to do. Feel free to hit like, feel free to subscribe, you know all the rubbish. I hope these tips helped you in some small way. Oh, and one more thing. 3 days after your wife gives birth, she is going to crash emotionally. Organize right now to deliver flowers, chocolates, maybe a little gift on that 3rd day. Trust me, you're going to be a superhero for it. You can thank me later. See you next time.